No, it is true, but the pressure should be placed on elected officials to support it, and people are so turned off. It was my provision, Citizens United, that was struck down on issue advocacy. It had been before the court one other time. It was sustained when Sandra Day O'Connor was still on the court, and then after that, obviously it lost, regrettably. We tried to draw a bright line, so that we would get into the constitutional questions, but nevertheless it didn't work. But frankly, transparency cannot be discounted in what Jason was describing in terms of these 501c4s, because really it is masquerading. Those, not only who is perpetuating these ads, who is supporting these ads. People have a right to know, and the reason why there's not disclosure, because there's not disclosure, because people who are contributing to these organizations don't want to be revealed. And so believe me, that will have a major impact if there was disclosure. And there's going to be greater pressure on elected officials to require disclosure. And frankly, a lot of the candidates who run for office would prefer that, because oftentimes, believe it or not, they may be running an ad for you, but it's not working. I mean, panic sets in when all of a sudden you find out an organization's run an ad on your behalf, because they have to be independent of your campaign. And they run it with the wrong message, the wrong people on the ad. I mean, there's been abundance of problems with those types of ads. So, nevertheless, it is critically important to force disclosure of these donors, because I think it'll change the dynamic in the equation of how much money is invested. You see, super PACs have to disclose according to the Supreme Court. In fact, the Supreme Court did say that Congress should require more disclosure. So super PACs disclose. But all they have to disclose is that Citizens for Better America contributed to the super PAC. They weren't required to disclose the donors to Citizens for Better America. That's what we want to do. And furthermore, we want to ban leadership PACs. Now, leadership PACs, when they first were created, were by those who were in leadership or running for leadership. And now, everybody, virtually speaking, in the House and Senate has a leadership PAC. So that's one more level of fundraising in addition to your own political action committee. So it takes not only time away, and puts more money in the system. And I didn't have a leadership PAC. I just refused. I think I was one of the last 5 in the Senate. I might have been down to 3 out of 100. Because, I was not going to be there for, perpetually raising money. And I just didn't see the sense to be having a leadership PAC, but it was requiring members to have those leadership PACs so they can contribute to other colleagues and to candidates. And in fact, in the House, you had chairmen. They couldn't be chairs of committees if they didn't give X, Y, and Z. And we were expected to give X, Y, and Z if you're going to be chair ranking members of committees. I mean, it's terrible. And so that's why this money is a real factor. There has to be change, both in terms of time, but about the money and the distortion of these campaigns and how they've really turned off the public and corroded the confidence. And it's demonizing the other side. I mean, as Jason said, they're all attack ads. So it only enhances the negativity, and people don't forget, that they've been attacked in the elections, and they go to the Senate and go to the House, and you think they forget it? Absolutely not. No, they don't forget it, and then they elevate it for the next election. It just gets worse.
Well,